do this. So see, well, we're gonna start out with the handshake, right?
No.
Yeah.
A handshake?
Yes, and you fucker.
We haven't started anything yet.
That's what you think. Welcome to the Vibin podcast, everybody.
Oh, Jesus, what a fucking what a shit intro that was. Jesus Christ.
It's your favorite show.
Jesus.
With me, Nick.
This is the problem every time when you have to introduce. When I introduce it, I'll do it fucking perfect. It's like, all right, guys, welcome and everything. It's us up, and you just get fucking.
You don't think this is
it.
perfect?
I mean, no, but we're already going, so you want to do it.
I think it was pretty good.
Nick.
Caesar.
We have a guest today.
I was just about to say, we have a very special episode for you people. You fine people today.
They're not fine.
They're
No one's really fine.
They're pretty fine.
No one's really fine.
You know who is fine?
Your
Our
mama.
gracious guest and her guest as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she sends me pictures.
Exactly.
You know.
Should we introduce our guest, Caesar?
Yeah. Well, you do it.
Here we go. Everyone, you've heard the name, you've seen the face, you've seen him all over the big screen, all over the news. You know him, you love him. From the Boondock Saints of San Diego, the man, the myth, the legend, my cousin, Raymond.
Yeah.
Round of applause.
Hello.
Round of applause.
All right.
Round of
Jesus
applause.
Christ.
What's
Round
up,
of
cluelessers?
God, they're gonna say Clueless Clan.
Oh.
Clueless Clan.
No, maybe not that one.
No,
maybe
we will
not.
not have that in there. Where's our white robes, guys? Did you bring them, Raymond? A change of underwear?
I need that right now.
Well, I don't think our colors would be white. We'd probably be purple, since that's the main color in the logo. We'd have purple robes and stuff. And instead of burning crosses, we'd be burning
I think
bridges.
the Grand Dragon is purple.
It's purple.
Right?
Yeah.
I had no idea. What the fuck is that? Is that another cult? The Grand Dragon?
No, that's the head of each individual clan.
It's
of
purple?
Yeah, he's the Grand Dragon. There's like green robes, I think, and
Red
then,
one.
and like
What? I did not know that. What kind of Star Wars bullshit are they doing?
Right. It's this weird fantasy bullshit. Like the head of each sect is the Grand Dragon, and he wears the purple. I guess. Yeah.
I have
think.
no idea.
I'm pretty sure I've seen purple robes.
Oh yeah, they're around there, but
Yeah.
they're just I don't know.
Yeah.
They're segmented. I don't know.
You know.
Yeah.
The
The head guy's got to look different.
It's just like fantasy. This is what I'm saying. The KKK are nerds. They're just big fucking nerds.
with very big ideas.
Exactly. They're the Grand Dragons. There's another one. There's like something wizard. There's a wizard. Something. One of them is called something. Some kind of wizard.
Okay.
Wait,
Yeah.
how do you know this, Nick?
I heard. I talk about
He's
that
smart.
one guy on Joe Rogan. That one black guy who goes.
Daryl Davis.
Daryl Davis. Yes,
Yeah,
he said,
yeah.
that was such a good episode. Yeah, he talked about. There's like a couple. He says like the ranks. I think there's a couple. I know Grand
Oh,
Dragon.
really?
Yeah, Grand Dragon is definitely the. I think that's one. everyone
That's
knows.
insane.
Yeah, it's all like fantasy, weird. I don't know.
So it's like LARPing, but extreme.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be cool? You see someone show up at a Renaissance fair, you know?
Yeah, in a
as
fucking white robe.
Yeah.
He was like, let's get him. Swing him up, you know.
Oh, it has like a whip and a bunch of fucking shit on him already. All right.
Crusades.
Jesus fucking Christ. Grand Dragon, that's such an interesting thing that they treat that as such like a big priority. Like we gotta have ranks in it like it's the army.
Well,
here,
of course, you know that you gotta have structure in any organization. You gotta have structure.
I mean, well, yes, in any organization, in any business format and model, yes, but like this is, you know, we're talking about the clan here. It's not like your grandma's bakery around the fucking street or something, you know.
They need someone to organize and set up the lynchings and crossbringings. You know, it can't just be a round table fucking effort. There's too many. You think? See, you know how many white people there are in Virginia? And you know how many of those white people want to kill black people? There's too many of them for them to have a civil conversation amongst each other. There's no democracy. No, they just have to have. It's like what we have in the Americas, right? It's like an
Right.
extension of the Klan, right? You can quote me on that.
Yeah, big letters. Right
Exactly.
there.
You have representatives, and you have they get votes, and it's like they converse and they figure it out. You know, just the general they plan. You know,
It's just an interesting idea how nowadays it's 2022 and there's all this talk, you know, PC culture and everything. Yet there's still a lot of fucking racial segregation in many fucking states, even around the world and still in the U.S. Like it baffles me that the same problems that they had like 100 years ago, even for the most part, are still relevant to today for the most part on a morality stance at least.
and even a lot of places you wouldn't think, like Oregon, like the backwoods of like Oregon, like the deep parts of that. Apparently, those like super racist. Like I saw in this movie, The Green Room. I tried to show you with Sir Patrick Stewart.
Oh,
and he was,
yeah.
And it was there was this band they performed like a show at this like super like neo-Nazi like bar like out in the fucking boonies of like Oregon or Washington or some shit. And one of my friends who lived out there in Oregon for a bit, she was like, "Yeah, it's fucking pretty racist when you get out in the boonies out there." So it's crazy.
Jesus, let's go.
And
You'll blend in just fine.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I'm the spitting image of the Aryan race.
You're like
100%.
If we look up in the dictionary, an average white guy.
If you look up the what was the fucking called the Hitler Boy Scouts.
What the hell?
It was
the Girl Scouts of America.
Yeah, exactly. No, yeah, in Nazi Germany they had like the Boy Scouts, but they were like then once they did that, it would like to get them ready to get in like the Nazi army. You know, it was like the little kids that get indoctrinated early. You know, and they probably had a fucking name.
Interesting.
Which is the same as fantasy.
Exactly.
Yeah,
just dressing up in your silly little robes and outfits.
it's Halloween, but extreme.
Exactly. Speaking of, we're in October. It's officially October.
Today?
As of today.
Oh, shit. Yeah, today's October 1st.
It's October the 1st. The spookiest day. Yeah, it's October 1st.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
It's sure to be that day.
Holy shit.
Yep. Time flies.
Where's the Halloween decorations, Nick? We got to have the pumpkins here, the fucking spider webs on the wall. You know, where is it?
You can put them in post.
In the post? Yes,
yeah.
dude. Put a picture of a pumpkin right here.
Boop.
Just right here.
It's real shitty.
Now
just
we're really
the
in the
shittiest looking just pumpkin JPEG you can find.
Yeah.
Just 280p, just absolute garbage.
Too many pixels on that pumpkin.
Upscale it, change the fucking the.
Make it blue. Don't even make it orange. Make
it blue. Make it green. Now make it yellow.
So like. Hopefully, right? He's just gonna have like different JPEGs of. Like,
no, it'll be the same pumpkin. Because I'm gonna do it. Because I did the first passes. It's gonna be the same pumpkin.
Oh.
This is gonna be a pain in the ass to do, but it's gonna. Now it's fine. Now it's stationary. It looks fucking awful, terrible, like a deep fried meme. It looks like shit. And there it'll stay.
All right.
Maybe we'll add to it. Who knows? Maybe we'll put a little hat on them or something. Maybe we'll see.
Yeah, you know what, Stu? Put one of those fucking little kid propeller hats on.
Yeah, because you were talking about that the other day.
The other day we were talking about that.
Right. All right, now we got a spooky vibe going.
We got a spooky vibe going.
Exactly. It's all. You know what? No, I won't.
All right.
Inspecting.
I was gonna bring a candle, but this is a little unsteady. Unless can I move this?
Nah.
I don't want to light this room on fire.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty awful.
So Raymond, how are you? It's been a while since.
How you doing? How you been?
I'm fine. It's October, so I'm doing like a sober October thing. You know, California sober October, I guess, is how people would say it.
Yeah,
still eating avocado,
and then you go.
No, I'm gonna try to not drink the whole month. I got a bet with my friend, so.
Oh.
What's on David? Or more people?
Yeah, my roommate. Just my roommate, David.
Okay.
And I'm
He's
just
doing
gonna,
it too.
Yeah, just, you know, whoever, if anyone drinks, you got to pay up $150.
That's not too bad.
Nick, you should get on it. You need a cleanse, man. You like to have a drink. You need a cleanse, bro.
This is an intervention.
Yeah. Nick,
that's what you've been texting while behind the scenes.
Yeah.
That's why you were like, I'm not sure about this. Just like no, come on. So I'm gonna invite you on it.
Yeah, Nick, no.
Fuck. Yeah, now I'm locked in. Shit.
Yeah,
no, you're not an
stop, dude.
You're not an alcoholic.
I'm being serious.
That could be fun. Yeah. I thought about it.
Come in. Where's the team? No.
Grandma, Marjorie, everybody, get
everyone.
We're taking you to Utah.
Oh fuck!
Yeah,
no Mormons. No, I can survive.
We're gonna do
coffee.
We're gonna go do an ayahuasca together.
Oh, that's fine. I'll do that. Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
No, that's fine. That's different. That's fine. That's spiritual.
All right.
Fuck, dude. No, I've heard a lot of stories from a lot of people about the trips that they would have for ayahuasca.
Yeah, it's great. Apparently,
it's insane.
You vomit and you shit profusely, but other than that, it's fine.
Well, you do either one or you do either.
I think some people do both, but yes, one or the other.
Yeah,
I think rarely both.
I think it comes out both ways.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if it's always both, but yes, it is either one or the other. I think sometimes both.
Yeah, I don't know.
I always come both ways.
But it seems but it seems interesting, you know. Like an interesting thing to do. Experience at least once, you know. Maybe.
I don't know. I'm very big and hesitant on like ingesting like things like that now.
Exactly.
So I don't do edibles anymore. I don't. That's one of the things. And I'm very timid when it comes. Even when I get sick, I hate taking medicine because I hate taking things like inside my body to digest. I know I have to. Like when I get migraines and stuff, of course I gotta take a painkiller and everything. Yeah. But if I do one thing one day, I don't do anything else. Like if I'm sick, if I have medicine, I'm not gonna smoke weed or do anything. I need that time to rest up and everything. Geez.
I'm not like that.
I can't do it. Bothers me
fucking load me up.
Yeah.
Give me all the ibuprofen I can get. All the fucking Benadryl, I'll take it.
I'm down. Anything that makes me feel better.
Even a little weed, fuck it.
Yep. Especially that.
Oh jeez, you guys are fucking nuts.
Yeah, I know I shouldn't when I'm sick and shit, but
you shouldn't.
You know, just fucking whatever.
It's good because you need your body, you know, you reset just a little bit.
Yeah. When I got sick, that last couple weeks ago, right? I told you about that one. The first day I was sick, I was fucking. It was after None of the kids came.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, there was a piece of pizza half left over, so I fucking ate it. And as soon as I ate that and the mac and cheese left, as literally, I'm telling you, fucking literally, as soon as I ate it, I knew I was sick.
Yeah.
Next morning, what do you fucking know? Mm-hmm. But that day, I got a little high. I was like, I'm gonna find a weird trippy movie to watch. I'm sick. I watched this movie called Over the Black Rainbow. My God, it was a perfect representation of just how I felt. It was fucking insane.
Is this one of those ones that you showed me before? Where it's horribly made, horrible production.
No, it was
an actual movie.
It was tripped the fuck out.
Like
long scenes of just prolonged blaring color, no dialogue, just
really
visual shot, and I was half in and out of consciousness, hearing it and watching it. It was a very weird head cold that went from here and then it went down. Jeez. It was the first day was very, very interesting as far as that movie went. I was
COVID,
very fun.
Oh, is that what you had?
No.
Oh.
I was just saying.
Well,
I had child sickness.
Who's to say it?
Who knows?
I could taste you, but I had. No.
But that doesn't mean anything. You can still have a fucking headache and shit and still have COVID,
No,
it's very weird because it has COVID. COVID has like cold-like symptoms, flu-like symptoms and everything. So no one ever really knows unless you get a test. But even then, a lot of tests are just hit and miss because there's many different types of tests you can take for that.
It's all fake. The pandemic.
Oh, wow.
We're here to tell you.
It's fake, just like the birds. The government's watching us. They're all cameras.
I love that birds aren't real, or that movement started
as
a satire, and then some people actually believed it was a true movement, and they believe it literally. I know it's so great.
If they have this thing that gives them some sort of false sense of hope for their shitty lives, they hold on to it because like, I love it, so it's true. Fuck you. I know it's real. All the evidence here.
Or they just feel like they're important, or they're part of some new group now. That's just like, I'm included now. I can be something instead of this lonely fucking new Nebraska housewife who doesn't do fucking shit. That's who it all is. All these people who went to fucking Texas to watch out for JFK Jr. because he was coming back, right? People, he was coming back, right?
Allegedly, yeah.
Exactly. And there's people who are like, I'm JFK Jr. Because they have the beards. They're like, and people will do that side by side. They're like, no, look, if you do this and you age him up 40 years and you add the beard and laugh lines here and this and it's just like any radical people or organization. They'll do the mental gymnastics to justify anything. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Raymond, what do you think?
I think it's great. Like if that's what you believe, you got it all figured out. That's awesome. I wish I could be like that.
But just shut up about it, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
It's all bullshit. Yeah.
Okay, good. Yes, do it, but don't involve me in it.
Yeah, exactly. Like I love people who don't want abortions to be legal. I think it's great that you have that opinion. But I don't care.
Exactly.
That's a good general consensus that people
care.
should have.
Exactly. Just do it. Or don't.
Yeah. But the shitty thing is, a lot of these people, like people who went to Texas for the JFK Jr. revival, or he was coming back. A lot of those people are like mothers and fathers. And they have families, rational people who they're leaving behind, who are begging them, don't go. He's been dead for decades. What are you, retarded?
Yeah.
Like, no, the media has corrupted you. I'm going. And then mom's been gone for months. If I was the husband of one of those women, I'd be like, she's fucking all of those crazy people. It's a cult. They've gangbanged her to high heaven. Find a new wife immediately.
I want this is gonna be pretty fun, but at that point, I think you have to be your wife, so she doesn't know.
Jesus Christ!
So
and I'll connect. Sean Connery was right. Sometimes you have to smack a woman.
Oh yeah. No.
Sometimes they speak out of turn. You just have to put them back in their place.
Still put a disclaimer. We don't hate women here.
And then, but put a really tiny asterisk of don't, just so it's legally there, but it's legally there in the text. Jesus. You can see it.
So Nick, as you were saying in the beginning of the podcast,
fuck women, right?
No. Besides that, where you said that Raymond is your cousin.
Yes.
Which is honestly
surprising because he looks Mexican as shit.
Exactly.
Not as we discussed earlier.
Explain that. Explain it. Explain the birds and the bees.
Cousin.
Yeah.
So
my mom is white and my dad's pretty white.
Right.
And his mom is white, but his dad's Mexican.
Perfect.
And there we go.
I love it.
That's it.
Basically, as deep as it goes.
Raymond, what do you like doing, man? What interests you a lot?
Oh man, these days, Not much, man.
Nick was telling me that you were big into poker. You're a hardcore poker player.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not good at it at all.
But you're trying to be
No,
professional.
I mean,
but honestly, what's the thing you use on your laptop? What's that program? Or is it a program or is it a website?
Yeah, it's just a website. I mean, poker is illegal. Online poker is illegal to play technically. Or let me rephrase
it's
that.
weird. It's
That's
really
not,
weird.
That's not true. It's unrestricted. The only place that it's illegal, I'm pretty sure, is in Washington State to play online poker.
Washington State.
Oh.
Washington State, up north.
Northwest. Why?
Yeah.
I wonder why.
They're the only state that has exclusively made a law about it.
Probably because maybe a lot more like indigenous tribes have settled there, and that's they maybe some sort of, I don't want to say monopoly, but just like a
I don't know if we
claim
could
on
get
it.
that deep.
It
could- well,
right here in California, we have the fucking 26, or we have
27. There's both of them. Yeah.
What's I know the one.
If you I don't remember. 27 was the first one, and then they created 26 to basically combat 27 and confuse people.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 27 was sports gambling online.
Right. And then so 27 I don't know what. Yeah. It's so hard to.
I saw a sign.
Pull that up, Jamie.
when I go on walks.
Pull it up right.
When I go on walks, sometimes with driving, I see a sign that says, "Yes, 26, no 27."
Yeah.
And that's, I guess, the easy way to remember 26, 27, yes, no. I don't know. It's fucking, yeah.
But when you were talking about the indigenous, in the land and everything, that's their land, I can understand if it was real life, but you're doing this online. How would that affect it?
Well, because it's state law, and if they have enough control over, the land, and that'll, by virtue of just having control over land or different, facets of the government or just any sort of, institute, they'll have representation within that state's government, and they can institute laws that restrict it.
But even online?
But because even it's states have different audio recording laws. Some states have one-side verification where if I know I'm recording you, I can record you even if you don't know. But I know it's one-side consent.
Right.
So and that's the same type of electronic type.
But
thing,
when you play online on this thing, Raymond, when you do it, are you actually betting money and stuff, or is it just fake currency that you use?
Don't you have to put your money
because I would understand
it, and then it gives you the chips in that software, so it's all self-contained.
I would understand.
Well, it depends.
Yeah.
It depends on what you're doing. So, what the first thing the tribes, what they're saying, what they're claiming, because what 27, if it gets passed, I don't know which direction. If it gets passed, though, it would allow for sportsbook and online
outside betting
so
sources.
FanDuel and all them, and that's what the tribes, they're saying that's going to affect their income.
Exactly.
I see.
The only thing I don't understand about that is, don't they have the ability to make their own, and I'm pretty sure Agua Caliente here has oh shit!
Yeah, it's fine.
Am I supposed to do locations?
It doesn't matter. Who
No,
cares?
we're in a very discreet location.
Yeah. Okay.
We're in downtown Coolsville.
Okay, well, wherever
That's what I've been trying
casino
to
is,
say.
I think they have a betting app because online betting is legal now. So there just might be some explicit restrictions. So with online poker in 2009, there was a thing called Black Friday when basically all online poker in the U.S. was halted. So people had hundreds of thousands of dollars in websites like PokerStars, Party Poker, Ultimate Bet, if that was still around, Full Tilt.
Tons of different shit.
And those are all just different poker clients, so they have different softwares, the same type of RNG, random number generator, which is how the cards are verified to be
It's like having different chips at a casino.
No,
you just have the chips, but yeah.
Well, the RNG, that's to make sure that there's no cheating and stuff like that. But
it's like their algorithm for how the cards are dealt and everything.
Yeah, exactly,
right?
exactly. So there was just something that happened. I'm not too sure about it, and that halted online poker from other countries. So now people in America, they can't play on PokerStars, they can't play on Party Poker, but people in Canada, Mexico, basically anywhere else can.
And it's like an international server.
And they do it all the time, yeah. But, now there's some in America, it's basically not restricted. So there's places like America's Card Room where you can play, you just have to be aware that the money that you're putting into there is, in my experience, it's really hard to retrieve. There's a lot of things like bots. You know,
Okay.
and you're sending
Right.
what you're doing is you're sending your money offshore to like, you
And
know,
of course, yeah.
you know, because
Right.
Here to there in the Cayman Islands and back here.
exactly. Like
Oh, Jesus
I mean,
Christ.
America's Card Room, ACR, it's located in like Puerto Rico. That's where the guy is, you know, the CEO is from, and you know, he's making lots of money, and a lot of people in Texas, you know, they're sponsored pros and they still play on this site, you know, but I'm not sure how the compensation works. I'm sure, like,
Yeah, because they have deals.
you know, what
probably.
people do is
Yeah, most likely.
what people do is they'll send money, you know, so they'll say, hey, I have this much on ACR, this much money. If you want to PayPal me it, I'll just send it to your account, and now you'll have that much money on ACR. So there's no real, the money is still on the account, but the transfer is different. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I see what you, yeah.
It's very murky. So I don't actually don't play on that website because of like all that stuff, and I play on something that's like allowed in America, and what Nick said, like it converts if I spend money, which I don't try to do online because it's so hard to play online poker. It's like it's a gamble.
Well, yeah, because poker is
it's a
something
flip.
that you need to play with people actually, so you can see and view their reactions that's going on. Even
Yeah.
if they have a cool mind and calm,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
want to be able to observe everybody you're playing with to get a feel for what they might be thinking. You know?
Oh yeah. But there are online pros who like have, you know, live tournaments, live cash, online pros. They're all like different forms of poker, and like everyone has a specialty in it, you know. So
Right.
some people, they're just online pros. They sit at home all day and they just print money because they know how to do it, you know. And it's a formula, you know. But it's fucking hard to do.
Oh, I bet.
You know? And I don't even play No Limit Hold'em much anymore because it's such like a solved mathematical game that my dumb brain can't hold. You know, you have to know a lot about equity, hand strength, obviously, but like your chances of winning, how many percentages of times you should call, you know. And then some people, you know, it's like a percentage, but then they also like will look at their watch because it's like it's that much of a percentage of where it can actually be a coin flip. They just look at like, oh, if my watch is on the 5 hand, I'll call or I'll raise.
Wow. Damn.
And it works.
That's insane when it comes to things like that, how people have that down on such like a microtonal scale. Like when it comes to poker, chess, music, whatever it is, if you like get just to that fine detail of it and master it, get the fuck out of here.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's anything you do. It's with anything you do, you know?
But like, especially like a card game like poker, because if you have like 4 people and like a dealer at a table, right? And you see,
usually more. Usually like 8 people.
Oh, Jesus
Yeah,
Christ! And
people.
then you don't usually see any of your, like if you're playing like fucking like well, you see the fuck, you see the flop exactly. But there's like so many other people. It's like I don't know what the fuck they have, but just
Exactly.
based on what 3 you have and like what like maybe like can you see like one card from the dealer or is it all?
No, so like in poker, basically everyone gets a starting hand, so it's 2 hands, and there's a button who is the basically last person to act pre-flop while everyone has their hands, but there's no cards, no community cards on the board.
Oh yeah.
Right? And then there's the small blind and the big blind. Those are the last 2 to act. The small blind pays their, you know, maybe it's $1. The big blind pays $2. And then the first person under the gun is how they call it, you know, because it's like poker, Western terms.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
You gotta place a bet.
He's the first person to act, and it's even based off of what seat you're in at the time. So under the gun, his range, and this is what I'm talking about, it's so figured out. Like you can look, it's like a times table.
Exactly.
And it shows your hand, like 8 pocket aces, ace is up here, and the worst hand, like ace deuce is down here, ace deuce off, you know, or deuce 7, or these hands.
Yeah.
You know, so if you can look at softwares online and it'll show you like, okay, you're under the gun, which is the first person to act pre-flop. It'll say you should have basically these hands to go forward. So
Exactly.
like obviously
those
aces,
are the ones that are
kings.
safe.
Yeah.
And it's like if you're in the third seat, it's like, oh, and this guy calls or bets higher, and he has to have this if you have this, and it's like
it'll expand or your range will expand or decrease depending on, you know, where you are.
That's so much shit.
It's Call of Duty
Holy
aimbot
shit.
hacks.
It's crazy. And the people who figure it out, you know, like they just have such different minds, and it's you can be anything and figure it out. Like doctors, musicians, pro poker players who were, you know, freaking construction workers before, you know. It's really cool.
Yeah.
It's a fun game, and I love it. But no Limit Hold'em is crazy. I really don't play it much anymore.
Did you guys hear about? Because I brought it up earlier when it comes to talking about things on a microtonal scale, and then Nick just left. But on a microtonal scale, did you guys hear about that alleged cheating thing that happened with the world chess player?
Yeah.
About the anal beads.
Oh yeah.
The anal beads. It wasn't anal beads.
Well,
it was.
I mean,
the
practically
allegedly. I don't know the specifics, but yeah, it was a chess tournament, and it was like one of the grandmasters or like the previous tournament winner or whatever against.
I think his name is Magnus Carlsen.
No,
it sounds
he is the
familiar.
world champion.
And then Hans Niemann is the guy that they're accusing.
Oh
of
yeah.
cheating.
So during the tournament, Hans Niemann won. And they were like, oh, he allegedly had a device in his anus that sent vibrations out to let him know, like, Morse code, like, move this to there. And the best possible, like, AI-driven, like, movements from whatever, you know?
Which kind of sounds, you know...
A little ridiculous.
Yeah.
But then he came out, he's like, oh, I'll play a match naked now just to show you people. And then,
well, they did another tournament after.
And then...
Hans made one... Or Magnus made one move, Hans made another move, and then Magnus quit.
Exactly.
Insta quit.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, a lot of people were really mad about that because it affects like standings in the tournament and stuff like
rankings
that. Yeah, exactly. But I think, and then the next day he was like at the leaderboard because he's such a good player. But Magnus was at the leaderboard.
Yeah.
But fuck, I forgot.
But it was probably just because like, he just didn't care. He was like, yeah, he won. I don't give a fuck. Let's move on.
Well, what they're saying about Hans is like, the amount of times he's played a near perfect game, so like I think they rate him out of 100. So like he's got like 90s, 98s, and I think he might have even got 100 before. That's so impossible. Like no other great poker.
Yeah, to lose like no pawns or anything. I mean, these perfect movements and just
and like ridiculous. Magnus, I'm pretty sure like most of his games I guess are in like the 70s, high 70s or something like that. And he has had like a 90 game before, but it's very rare to like get it to. So that's what they're talking about.
It's like the math just doesn't add up.
So there might be, you know, and that's a problem with poker too. There might be like people using solvers while they're playing, and you know, some poker clients have. I don't know about chess. I have no idea about chess, but some poker clients have like they can monitor your monitor while you're playing.
Oh, shit.
And they can see if it's called RTA, which is real-time assistance. They'll see if you're RTAing, and then they'll take your money, they'll seize your account, you know, because you're cheating. You're cheating.
Yeah, basically. And out of other people's money, so it's like instantly, it's like, no, fuck you, get out of here.
Yeah.
Not only do you lose what you put in, you're banned forever just because you're such a scumbag.
Yeah, and there was actually just a cheating scandal that happened maybe a day or two ago on a live poker stream where this crazy hand happened, and basically the best guy at that stream on Hustlers promotion, Hustlers Casino, you know.
Not the magazine.
No, well, hey,
both.
Is it a
conglomerate? They just
so Larry
Flint
Flint is the guy who created Hustler, and he loves gambling, so he created the casino, Hustlers, and Lucky Lady Casino, which they're both in LA, and he used to have like a home game that he would do there. You know, big people, famous people come there.
Yeah, all the time in LA is always home games.
And now, like Tobey Maguire and all those people, they would rank up in the millions, man. But now they do like a live stream, a YouTube live stream where, you know, like basketball players, boxers, Mr. Beast, Ninja.
Yeah,
they've been on it. You know, chess players like Alexandra Botez. She's like a Twitch chess player.
Oh, cool.
And I think Magnus Carlsen, if he wasn't on there, he's done like World Series of Poker stuff. But yeah, like there's even accusations of people having like buzzers and stuff in poker that's telling you like, hey, you should call. You know? And a big $132,000 pot was played.
Jeez.
So now they're like investigating it and figuring it out, and you know. That's part of why I like it too, because this game, you know, draws so many like big moments like this where, you know, it's like, what's the truth, and like how was this lady? What they're saying about the lady who did it against this really skilled guy is like her play is either cheating or she's the worst poker player in the world because of how the hand played out.
Just dumb mistake. She just failed into success.
Exactly, and that's why that
could
guy
happen. Yeah, I can see that. That's
she had a 2-6, and she was like,
she had Jack
raise.
She had Jack 3.
What the fuck can you do with the Jack 3 besides 2 pair and then a pair on the board?
You could get a full.
You get a 2 pair and a pair on the board.
There's so much that could happen. You could get a full house. You could get a 4 of a kind. Anything could happen.
Oh yeah.
But the guy that she was playing against, he's such a great player that his range in almost any position is like any two
Again,
cards.
just the math just doesn't add up.
Exactly, and he had 8-7 suited. But since he's such a good player, and that hand actually does have good equity on some boards. It depends. What if like 4, 5, 9 came up, or 4, 6, 5, 6, 9 came up. It would have been a great hand. And the way that it played out was that his ability to outplay her should have gotten him the pot, but now he's accusing her of cheating, and this whole thing is happening.
Jeez.
And she gave the money back, so it's like, isn't it kind of suspect that you give the money back if you don't think you're cheating? Or this lady's rich as hell, and she doesn't really care, and she just wanted him to keep playing.
Or it's a long con. She's going to come back later and be like, when I give that money back, I didn't cheat or anything. Then she's going to keep cheating. And she's going to win again.
Well, now it's like a whole Twitter drama and everything. He did a whole diatribe about how he believes she's cheating. And now she is like, this guy bullied on stream. She said, okay, this is what happened. We talked about it. I gave the money back. Now on Twitter, she's like, fuck, sorry.
So fuck this guy.
She's like, this guy bullied me into giving the money back. And then she made other tweets and she's like, okay, so when I get vilified, or wait, vindicated?
Okay.
Now you got to play me heads up, bitch, to that guy. And then he's like,
Jesus.
He's like, of course. Because he is a great poker player. So like what you're saying, maybe it is a long con and he's trying to take this, what they call them is whales. If you have all the money, take the whale's money,
Yeah, there's whales everywhere.
Yeah.
World of Warcraft, there's whales.
Oh, really? Yeah.
It just a skin, just like exclusive shit. It's like you can only have this gold mount if you do this fucking thing. Then we're gonna beat this fucking raid bosses if you buy all this extra shit to get super powered level.
Yeah, exactly.
Whales and anything.
And that's that's one of the reasons why they're like, what you're saying, like you could just buy your way into this, and that's what she did. She was like, she is getting coaching and all this shit, but she just bought her way into this, and she's just like, either cheating, a master, or. She's a horrible player.
Yeah, and like a billionaire can learn a billionaire who's shitty at poker can get good at poker just because they have $1 billion. They can start with $100 games and just work his way from there and just eventually get good and still have I still have fucking $850 million.
Or a billionaire can just lose $20,000 every time they play poker and be fine because they're
exactly. They just keep going to get better because they don't give a fuck about their losses.
Or worse because they don't care.
Exactly. Yeah, it doesn't matter. They just have everything is experience, so they just keep getting better in a sense. They hope,
for sure.
Of course.
Yeah. So it's it's a fun game, and I transitioned to like a 4-card game where there's
high-low.
Yeah, PLO 8 where there's a little bit high-low. You can call it high-low too. 4-card high-low. They might call it not Omaha. I think they might call it Kansas City Poker. A lot of poker, it's cool because they have names for it in different places, like when you play your dice games and shit, that's so cool. You see all these different variants, and that's what's awesome about poker too. Is another game I play is Stud, where you can see everyone's cards except for the first two and the last one, but you see everyone else's hand after that or in between that, and that game, you have to utilize different skills to see
exactly mathematically. It's what could it be? They could have this.
Yeah, they have the ability to have this hand, and it's still a high-low game, which I love high-low. That's what I love to play.
Now, Raymond, you said you don't play a lot of poker, but from this conversation that we've had about it, you sound really invested in it.
He's just in a lot of studying. A lot of studying.
That's good.
Not enough studying. I should be studying a lot. There's so much into it that it's just I feel like what is it? A jack of all trades, but a master of none.
Well, I know, but
then the finish of that is but a jack of all trades is better than none. So
no, of course.
At least
But you send me pictures of when you're playing, and you send me pictures sometimes of when you wins a little bit. I'm just like, oh shit.
Yeah, that's the before picture. That's when I get there.
What, you lose it all or what?
Yeah, basically.
I'm back at zero. But,
then I have $10 left, and I'm like, oh, all right.
We'll work our way back up.
It's hit or miss sometimes. Sometimes I'll win $100. Sometimes I've been a part of a table where they just have the jackpot, and I did nothing but sat there, and I won
got third place,
$1,000,
and you get a part of the pot. And it's
No, I literally wasn't even in the hand. Everybody in the table just won $1,000.
Well, you gotta love that.
So it shit happens, and
stop right there. It's all right. Done for the day.
Guys, what are we doing?
Done for the day, and then March comes or January comes, you got to pay your taxes on it. And it's great. So,
well, what are we doing, boys? We got to go play. What are we doing?
No.
Yeah.
I hate it. The one time I went gambling, I went to a slot machine. I went with it was $20 or $40. I put it in a slot machine. It went up to 60, then back up down to 16 cents. I was like, all right, I'm done now.
Yeah.
That was 5 minutes well spent, and I was done.
I don't know. I don't play tables too much if I ever go to a casino or anything. But I know how to play a machine, and I know I can win a little bit.
Really?
Last time, a little bit. Because my parents play so much because they're fucking
How do they do?
gambler.
Yeah, but
they
win?
bounce around a lot.
Yeah.
My dad wins sometimes. He loses more than he wins.
Well, of course.
Which is, but
It's casino.
But every time I've gone, I've watched them and I would observe what my dad's saying because my dad's like that too when it comes to like card games. So he's a heavy invested thinker.
He plays fucking dominoes.
Yeah, he plays like he
I
wins.
love playing dominoes.
He's hard to beat. I barely beat him sometimes.
Hey, we should play. I'd be down to play you guys. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
No,
off. But
that's fine. It's not like I was saying anything.
my roommate's dad, like super Mexican guy, only speaks Spanish basically.
Yeah.
But he's like teaching me how to play, and he's really good at it. And then he's saying it all in Spanish. Then he tells, my roommate, what he goes, dice or whatever, Yeah, he's like, go tell him now. Tell him what to say. And it's so cool. Like, I'm sure it's like your dad. Like, so they have so like rules, patterns with it all, and it's so cool. Like,
we should play with our fucking dominoes.
I'm down.
Well, it's because
That fucking
we should
100 piece.
later. That'd be great.
Yeah.
No, do you know how many dominoes we have
Yeah,
fucking
you
have
have
that
like
set?
the 20, like
It's-
up to 20 or something.
It's like fucking 100.
Yeah, but
do the rules
it's
change when
No,
there's more or
it's the
less?
same idea. It's just more numbers.
Yeah.
Do you-
we have the train, the
Which,
little train thing.
which is worse because it gets
I
harder
don't
because you
get
got to
that.
think of more
So
numbers.
it's the
now.
same thing, except regular dominoes, you start with it in the middle, right? And you go up or down from there. But with the train, you put one in the middle.
Oh, and you
and then
expand.
it's all 6 of those directions out.
I don't play with my dad and I. We do it like just we place it
Because you
down.
have the regular set, like 2
Classic,
of each,
yeah,
whatever. Yeah,
classic.
but we have that like 100-piece
I don't
set.
mind the
So you
train,
need
but,
that
like-
train to do all. If you're gonna do a full game with all of them and like 4 people,
Yeah.
you need that.
Yeah, you gotta put it on the fucking ground.
Yeah.
What was I saying earlier?
Oh,
Yeah,
who
it's
knows?
because like for a lot of people back, I don't know when David's dad was born, but my dad was born in '58. What the fuck are they doing back
Yeah.
then? They have plenty of
Cards
time
and dominoes.
to play games and like learn all these fucking things about it because there's nothing else to do.
Exactly.
Dominoes
Like fucking.
and fixing cars. That's all we
Dominoes,
did.
Like
fixing
Papa Mel
cards.
playing fucking gin for 25 cents a point on a plane.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what Grandma says.
That's pretty
They
cool.
play 25 cents a point because at the end you get like 250 points, whatever. However much it would add up.
Yeah.
The 25 cents you'd win $50.
I wish that was more around. Like people, we don't, play games together, do shit like that. But even like gambling, it doesn't even have to be gambling, but all that shit. Like while you're on a plane, you're playing a card game, or there's a movie called like the Last Con, the Greatest Con, and it's from like the 60s, 50s, and it's one of it might be what's it called? What's his name? Newman or
Paul Newman?
Yeah, the guy
Yeah.
or Heartbreak. What's that movie you showed me?
Cool Hand Luke.
Cool Hand Luke. Yeah. So I think it's that.
Has to get up.
I was
and
gonna look at the
walk.
book.
I think it's
Oh.
that. I think it's that guy, and he's in like on a train. They're going somewhere, and it's like they're playing poker for like however much. And I just love that, like
Stop playing footsies with me all day, fucking down here grabbing my foot like I'm his boyfriend or something. Get the fuck out
Well,
of
aren't
here.
you?
Yes, but that's besides the point. Nick, I told you for the last fucking time we don't talk about that.
We're not gonna put this on fucking camera. We're gonna Stu, cut this out. We're not gonna put this on fucking camera. You goddamn piece of shit. I'm gonna.
Wow,
It's so going. It's fine. I'm gonna suck your dick, Station. Anyways, Paul Newman.
Yeah, Paul Newman.
They're playing cards.
No,
on
I'm
the
just
train.
saying. I was just saying, like, I just think like that would be cool to do again. Like,
Yeah.
playing people normalizing like just playing more and like shit like that.
Yeah, well, it's hard to do a lot of things like that since a lot of things nowadays are just online because of the internet, which is fine too because you can build communities that way too, and it's great. It's a great way to get a lot of people from everywhere together into one place. But
This is on podcast. It's on the first. I did it 3 times.
Nick, yes, it does that when it's moving. It
Okay,
picks up
fine,
audio.
just making sure.
God, you fucking moron! What are you talking?
I did it once on accident. I was like, "Fuck! I fucked it up," and I thought I'd fix it. And you never know, people. I am pretty fucking stupid.
Put a thing right here. Say Nick's a fucking moron, and just
true.
have that above his head the rest of the time.
I am.
And then
Right
on
here.
me, just put dumbass right here.
Yep.
Raymond, you can put a little angel.
You don't have to put anything.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
good.
no,
I'm good.
no, exactly.
Do
He,
it.
he'll remain perfect and pure.
Oh, funny lights.
I forgot what the fuck we were talking about before. We were talking
Let's
about
switch
poker.
subjects then.
All right, what do you want?
Raymond, you're a fucking nerd.
No, I'm not a nerd.
Just a little bit.
He's a
All right,
dork.
put it over here.
He's a
Oh
dork.
yeah, hey, we're gonna play D&D today.
Exactly.
We are.
How do you think? Have you ever played Caesar?
Yeah, I played with Nick a long time ago, and then I played a little campaign with some people that I work with a while back. But I haven't played. But I kept up with it. I know I'm pretty well versed in it. I know.
What were you before?
I used the character here. Was Tonk here? Or
That's the one you made with me for the gnome. Yes,
but we didn't use it. But I used it in my campaign with my coworkers a long time ago.
And what was he?
On the one we played, I don't remember what anyone was. I think Marjorie was a sorcerer or something, or a wizard.
I don't remember.
Okay, well, so Marjorie's played too before.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay, well, so like, how'd you guys like it before?
It was very fun.
Okay,
it's good to be creative and like that and stuff.
Yeah,
our friend Evan drank a water elemental.
Okay,
that's true. We were fighting a water elemental, and then we couldn't have any ideas how to beat it. And Evan's just like, let's just drink it.
And he rolled the 20, and I was like, you rolled the fucking 20. I guess you take a big ass sip.
Yeah, dude.
And it don't like it. It really don't like it.
Oh, that was funny.
Success, man.
Dude, but at that point we were playing like 6 people, and that was
fun. It was a lot, and
it was fun though.
It's hard to manage because you like, especially in a group. Sometimes it can be fun, right, when everyone has the ability to do stuff. But once it's like, okay, now we're all fighting, like, and now especially like me, I'm gonna be a monk, so I have like 20 different stages.
Even so, it's 3 people. If there was 5 people and you're a monk, it's like, well, I get this and I get this bonus action with this. It's like, well, Marjorie's gonna be fucking multi-classing and she's gonna do it's
and then when people split up, you know,
there's a lot.
So are we gonna do any of that, like splitting up or fucking?
I don't think so. Unless you want to.
Yeah. Have you ever played?
Yeah.
Or have you only been a DM?
No, I've played before. I've done a little bit of both.
Mostly DMing.
Mostly playing. I don't know. I think mostly playing probably. I think the time playing outweighed the time DMing.
Here or like at other
in general, just overall.
Okay.
Nick, this is a side note, but I've noticed your hair lately has been splitting down the middle.
It always does that.
Very interesting.
It just does. It does whatever it wants, but it has a few natural states, and that's one.
You need a haircut. That's what you need.
Nah, it's fine for now. I like it. A little bit long. A little, like another couple months.
Your hair doesn't look like blonde.
You look anymore. Like if Brie Larson
is it darker now?
Yeah. Really hard from the back. Oh God!
I've been walking not a lot recently, like in the past week. So I'm hoping, hopefully, I want to keep doing that because it feels nice when I do. I'm out there for like 2 hours, 3 hours.
Really?
Yeah, it's fun.
I thought you were talking about getting pounded from the back. I didn't hear you say.
No, that's a lot longer, and that's in the dark. I'm talking about when I'm out walking.
All right. No, I told you it's good to get out. You got to get out.
No, yeah, I'm hoping to get more. My hair's probably gonna like lighten up from that. Because I remember apparently when I was a kid, it was like a lot lighter. But
it was super blonde, dude.
But as you get older, hair darkens and shit. But also, I just spend more time inside because I'm just a fucking nerd with no life. But,
I've seen pictures of Nick as a little child. He is very pasty and pale.
Yeah, just a fat, chubby, pale piece of shit.
Oh, he's adorable.
Fucking asshole.
If I was
put a little picture, Nick. Send him a pic.
Yeah, I'll send you a picture.
We have none. We have none.
I know where one is. Here.
I know where one is too, but none exists.
And I'm gonna go take a picture.
I won't put it in.
I will. I'll send this to us too. You gotta put.
He was such a cute kid. He was so adorable. He was so cute. I'm sure everyone was.
Well, I had a bowl cut for a long time.
I'm sure it was adorable.
People call me Mushroom Head, man.
Yeah, coconut head.
See, it look funny.
And I was fat too, so that was another thing to add on to all the picking at. But you know,
good time, bad times, but good times.
I remember one time as a kid. When we were going to the library one day, and the librarian would read us a story. Would read us a story sometimes. But I didn't want to fucking pay attention to the story he was saying because I got a book earlier about fucking... I don't remember the book. Maybe Stu, maybe you know. It was a book about like 2 dogs. One was white with black spots and one was black with white spots. I remember the cover very clearly. And I wanted to read that, so I was reading it. And the librarian got offended because I wasn't paying attention. He's like, put it down and then be with everyone else and enjoy the story. And I was just like, no. I just wanted to keep reading my book. So he took the book away from me and told me to go sit in the corner. I was like, all right, well...
No.
Dude, I was fucking batshit crazy. I flipped off a substitute teacher one time. I was in 3rd grade because she was a bitch.
You were unhinged.
She was a bitch. She was a fucking bitch.
That's true. He called it like he sees it.
Jeez. She didn't do anything about it. She just looked at me, and I looked back at her, and that was it. She looked back down.
Jeez.
You put her in her place. Yeah. It's like, what are you gonna do? You're a sub. What? Dude, you have tenure. You're glad you're working today, bitch.
I did not give a fuck as a fucking kid, I guess.
I was just a bad student. I
just did shitty on my homework and my tests. I didn't fucking
asshole.
Yeah.
Well, I was always like an average kind of guy. I would get like B's and C's, sometimes a few A's here and there, but
yeah,
definitely take a couple D's.
Well, Nick, I told you, not here. That's private time.
All right.
It's a private matter.
Oh yeah. Don't I know it?
I know. I'm gonna suck his dick tonight. But that's besides the point.
All right.
Well, all right.
I mean, I think it'd be cool to talk about. Like, are you guys excited for the campaign? Like, what? Like, are you?
Don't understand how much Nick has talked to me about the campaign he's been writing.
Literally 2 years.
What, like, can you say anything about it, or like, do you have any like?
Don't say anything.
Well, like an overview, or like, do you have any expectations, or how do you think we'll do, or like, do you have, or like, what you know what I'm saying? Like,
here's what I've told Caesar, and this is kind of one of the aspects I hold true to myself in all aspects of life.
You're gay?
Have no expectations and always expect the worst.
Okay.
That way, if things turn out terrible, you're like, yeah, of course, I knew this was going to happen. Or if things are great, you're pleasantly surprised.
I like how you're mansplaining, Nick. It smells like fucking fish in here. Close your legs, bro. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Either way, I think that's the best way to live life. Oh, God.
Stupid an eggplant right there when he opens his leg.
Yeah, put a big merkin.
I think it'll be great.
I hope so.
Well, as long as fun.
Yeah, as long as everyone, is like... And that's what I think. It's like, yeah, creativity and just being able to be like vulnerable, like like being able to say something dumb or like use a voice. Like when I was playing before, I was like a little gnome named like Great O'Goggleforth or something like that, and I had this little high pitched voice, that I would.
Hey there, I'm Greg O'Goggle.
Or when I had that one fucking guy, I was like, hey, I'm Spare Chuker.
Yeah, exactly.
The boards, look at the boards, flowing into score. It was like some fucking.
Nick, stop fucking touching my foot with your foot, bro.
It feels so good and warm. I want to feel my toesies
really
intertwined with your toesies.
Your foot's really warm for some reason.
I had to stretch, spreading my thick hairy legs that wide.
You had to stretch in a fucking tight ass space where you could just stand up and stretch.
It's not great. It was not great.
I fucking bet. Bill, you're used to your knees hurting, so it's all right.
The only thing I'm worried about is when I was writing it, I wrote it like I was writing. And only recently, the past couple of days, I was like, fuck, I should probably say this and figure out how I'm going to say it in voices.
Yeah, for sure.
I kind of got that, I think.
I think it's so crazy that you just made a campaign. I told Nick this earlier, but like I met people from Reddit this past week, I met him at a trivia night because I'm going to go play poker with them, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get into a home game, and it's very low limit because actually I do want to get better at no limit hold'em, but I want to do it not where I'm going to go to the fucking casino and
lose $100.
Exactly.
$100. You'll lose like 20 or 50 at most.
Exactly. I'm down to lose $30-$40 or maybe win a couple bucks.
And it's experience.
And I met some new people. They're all kind of doing stuff, not exactly what I'm doing, but like they're programmers. They're in IT. As my job, I program, and I'm trying to get into that shit too. But they were really cool. They're into D&D. They're into I don't know, poker, D&D, all the stuff that I like.
Are any of them into making mods for games, modding shit?
I don't know. I think they're back end, so they which I just learned what that means. Like I'm not a fucking.
They're taking in the ass.
What I tell. Oh, I guess I don't. I just made this up recently, but I'm a glorified like graph maker, and I make like programs, and they're it's very simple. XY coordinates and shit like that. Like, it's so a monkey could learn.
Like, you line out the circuit boards, like, here's where this connection is going to be, here's where this connection is going to be.
Not even that. Because that, that requires, like, knowledge of, like, how, like, electricity, like, flows.
Yeah,
and shit like
power per, like, square centimeter. Yes.
All that stuff.
It does, length of it, yeah.
I didn't know you were into that.
It's just his job.
It's my job.
It's not.
What you do for work?
Yeah, he's not into it. That's just his job.
Shit, well, I'm trying to get more into it.
Well, because it seems interesting.
It is, and I'm trying to, I'm going to get an account to a program called SolidWorks, and it's, will help me do like 3D stuff, like 3D renderings, and then I'll try to get certifications through them so I can get, just a better job. And like right now, what I'm doing is like they call it 2-axis routing, or like X and Y,
Oh, yeah,
right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So and
I know. You tell me.
I don't know what I'm doing. I just fell into this job, and I'm like, when I learned all of this stuff, like the coding and everything, I work with like a lot of Indian people, and I'm not going to say
what's wrong with that.
I love them. They're cool, but they're hard to work with. There's like a language barrier. There's all this shit and stuff like that. But they're nice, but sometimes they are fucking rude, and they don't want to teach you, like, so I started in the design area, and I was like what Nick was talking about, like we what we do actually is get the programs from customers like missile companies like Rantec, Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, and they'll send us programs that they've already made, but like our engineers, the guys that taught me, they'll review it and they'll say, okay, this circuit will work, this doesn't work like that. Oh, the spacing doesn't work, like they know the parameters of how a circuit board should be, and so they have the ability, and I was kind of getting trained to do that. I was doing very simple, like I would, like the customer provides basically everything. Our engineers might have to touch up some stuff because of like rules, laws, IPC laws and stuff like that. And, I would make like the drill program, but the drill program was already like all there. I just had to like learn how to use a program and basically click buttons.
The customer would put in the design. Yeah. Your company would have the design, and you in the middle, I just fit it together.
I generate a program that helps it.
You fit it. It's like, here goes, here with the...
Yeah, exactly.
That makes sense.
That's what I did at first. And then I would do other things like, I would write the name, like, so this job number, like 30,000, or, like, because, they've been around for a while. So they've done, tens of thousands of jobs. And, writing, oh, this is this customer, this name, all this shit. I don't know if I'm allowed to... Did
you sign an NDA?
I didn't sign anything, but I don't know if I'm allowed to.
I think you're fine.
Yeah.
I mean...
it's fine. I guess it doesn't matter.
Let's be honest, no one's listening to this anyway.
Exactly. That's fine. I just don't want to get in trouble and shit like that. Right. But I would do shit like that, and I was like, okay, I guess this is my life now, like I guess this is what I'm going to learn, and I'm going to be a PCB designer, and so I was trying...
PCP?
Yeah, exactly.
He's going to make a gallon of PCP.
I didn't know anyone who made PCP, but I used to work at In-N-Out. I don't know if I'm allowed to say...
The same thing.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. You might have to redact that, too. I'm kidding.
Yeah, see, it's a joke!
But when I was working there, I knew a guy, and he said his friends were making, like, wax, like, in a hotel room. Wax, like, for smoking, like, concentrates.
Concentrates.
Weed. Yeah, weed. Like,
that's weird. It sounds like, people, I guess people do that. They just make wax, like, on their own. Like,
you can get them at dispensaries. So
exactly.
Someone who makes that, and those people, I'm sure who are licensed to make it used to be unlicensed dealers, basically. But yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this.
Nowadays, when I hear people,
he said the hotel blew up. And one of his friends was on the run.
Exactly. That's why. It's like when I imagine like when I hear like home brewing, like any type of drug, it's like, oh yeah, it's like hardcore, like, or anything, but it's going to involve heavy explosives,
like pressurized environments. You have to keep it at a certain level,
exactly.
or else all the equipment will blow up. It sounds crazy. I don't get.
It's like in that movie. Did I show you that movie?
Hotel.
They were in a hotel room.
Jesus
they rented a hotel to do it.
It was like a multi-story?
I don't know if it was like a Motel 6.
Why a hotel?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's inconspicuous. Leave no trace.
Yeah, you do it in there, and I don't know if it leaves a smell or anything, but
if it does, who gives a fuck? It's a hotel. It's not your property.
Yeah, well, let's be honest. If it was Motel 6, let's be honest. You're doing that at one room. Some other guy's fucking shooting heroin.
Leave a fake name, pay with cash.
Yeah.
In and out, done. For sure. Running out for a couple days. That's all you need.
You ever blow out a girl at Motel 6?
What the fuck?
Blow her out.
Blow out a girl, you know what I'm saying?
I don't think so.
Alright.
Explain it to me. Maybe I have.
Like how you blow out a tire?
Well,
like, just ride it too much so it goes, and then it just bursts open.
Like you blow out a chick, you bang the shit out of her, like just one night, you blow her out, you blow her back
like
out.
with a hammer, with a mallet, with a hammer.
Okay,
you banged her.
Blow her back out is an analogy
blow her back out.
Blow her out is...
Yeah, you blow her out.
You're a step missing in there.
That's the right step. I just like to skip,
Yeah, because it leaves us in confusion as to what you're talking about, so you can explain,
maybe
right?
You guys just sicko. No. How about that?
But no, I just didn't know what you meant. I meant like
learn.
Are you confusing like blower? Like, do you mean like going down, or you just don't know, or I didn't know what I thought you were confused.
I mean, they're just like shit. I have no idea what to do.
Exactly.
She's just there, Weird shit.
I guess I could say no to that question.
Well, it's very odd when you do it, and like she's moaning like crazy, and like some people are trying to sleep. It's like 1 a.m.
Okay.
That's cool. You feel a little bit rude about it, but you're just like.
But then you remember, hey, we're in a Motel 6. What do these people expect?
Who gives a shit?
And you continue to blow her out.
Yeah. I'll blow her around and then she blows me.
Yeah. Just, go. I'm gonna tell you, Steve. Go to your coworkers on Monday.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Since you probably, because your coworkers are all, like you said, are like Indian, and it's a whole 7 other layers of misunderstanding.
There's some white ones in there.
Well, you can tell them.
Mexicans.
Tell your coworkers who understand.
Equal opportunity.
Tell them, this weekend I blew out a chick, and see what their response is, and see if they say, what?
Blew out a chick this weekend.
They'll say, what?
Like I'm saying, maybe you guys are starting in the know,
Yeah.
You guys are out of the loop.
Yeah, I'm that generation, blah blah.
Yeah, I'm not hip with what these kids are.
No cap, dude. Holy shit! No, don't fucking say that. Get fucking garbage. Get the fuck out of here. Fucking, you got 12-year-olds talking like, dude, no cap, bro. Like, yeah. Get the fuck out of here.
I like it.
I mean, yeah, I understand it because we have slang too, obviously, but like,
it's cool. It's cool.
Hello, fellow kids.
Yeah, I'm down. Oh yeah, I love that. What's that from?
It's probably like a sketch comedy thing.
Oh,
maybe Saturday Night Live or something. No,
I don't think that.
I think it's from a movie. I think it is actually from a movie. I think I saw on Reddit somewhere where it was from, and I forgot it.
Yeah,
but I think it is from a movie.
It's so crazy. I love Steve Buscemi, and it's just cool to see him like in that little picture that has become a meme.
Or just imagine him as the guy who said, "Do you think God stays in heaven because he's afraid of what he's created?" Or whatever the fuck he said in Spy Kids 2.
Yeah,
it's like, damn, that came out of Steve Buscemi's mouth in Spy Kids 2.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Steve Buscemi's great.
We're living in a crazy reality. It's man, this is in video game terms. This is like the third playthrough where you're just fucking going wild. Whoever's running this just knows, and it's like they're ignoring side quests or just doing whatever the fuck. Like, yeah, this guy's president. This guy was a TV executive and TV star. He's the president now. Let's see what happens. Just all this crazy shit.
That's what's fun.
This guy who plays chess, he's got a thing in his asshole telling him what it does. What happens there?
I think if and I don't want to rant about it, but I think
please do. I do that all the time.
I think if people like what Nick's saying. All this shit has happened, this crazy world, this simulation we're living in. But if everyone just accepted it, and everyone kind of, I think everyone would just be a lot happier.
You said this simulation that we live in. Do you firmly believe that this is a simulation?
That's just a word.
Speak a little bit closer into this lapel.
No, but then I was genuinely curious because I was just genuinely curious because of what?
I'm a man of a lot of beliefs Faiths. And none at all. Yeah. I have no.
You believe in disbelief.
No, I'm just down with everybody being.
You're down to entertain ideas.
Yeah, sure, yeah, whatever. I want everyone to believe in whatever they want and just be cool with it.
No, of course, you can believe in whatever you want as long as it doesn't affect anybody else.
The Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster is one of the coolest religions. You know why? Because they don't talk about it. They're just there.
Well, what I'm saying is and I know there's a lot of people who are not cool with Donald Trump and all that shit. But it happened, if everyone would just kind of okay, this is our life now. This is our that's what I'm saying simulation. I'm just using it as a term.
I see what you're saying.
This is our life now. Just you got to deal with it and figure out and if everyone would do that, I feel like more people would come to terms with shit, and there's so much division in America.
Because people are he's the one true president. There's people who are he was the best. There's other people who are he was the foretelling. He's going to connect to Jesus.
But that's how it is almost every president that's elected. There's always going to be people who love him and hate them.
But not to this degree.
No, of course.
I think it started.
But I think it's because of the showmanship.
It started with Obama, and I'm not saying Obama was a bad guy.
But he was really decisive, and really just.
No, he's fucking black.
Exactly. That's a problem. And he was born in Hawaii. That's a whole other thing.
That's what I'm saying. And it's the same thing that I'm talking about with Trump is if everyone was just all right, he's black. And if everyone was just okay, this is our world now. This is what we're going to live in. And then they're just okay. And then they judged him based off of what he did, bomb Libya and bomb Syria.
Which is, that is a valid criticism and thing. Exactly. You can actually not be he was birth against Hawaii. Yeah, that's an island state. He could have been blah blah blah.
Where's the birth certificate?
Barack Hussein.
Exactly. That's
Obama.
Muslim.
I think we've said that 3 times in the past 3 consecutive podcasts. We've done Barack Hussein Obama.
Yeah,
it's come up
so.
in the last 3 times.
It always fucking comes up in here some fucking how.
But he did great things too. I'm not saying I don't know. I'm not saying I know all about this. But I'm just saying, with all this shit, everything you do, even I'm not saying hating other races is right, but you just have to.
No, I think we're saying that is not. I think we're taking a hard stance. Hating other races is not right.
You just
That's
have,
a
you just
very
have to
big
realize
knucklehead
that
move.
these dumb people exist, and like, yes, we should make laws that like make sure
Kill
that
the dumb people.
that make sure that they don't have power or like stuff like that. But just let them live in their life, because some of these people are too stupid to even come out of it.
Exactly. You
And
think
it's their simulation. You know?
but the problem is that sometimes a lot of time it's like you think they're going to get elected to any position in office, but then sometimes they do.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it's like, well,
Yeah.
fuck.
That gives you a real good representation of how the people are when it comes to voting and shit and everything. You're like, eh, well.
We should not talk about politics.
Here's a little spin on it. Have you guys heard about what's happened in Canada in the past few months, last year or whatever, about a certain
the prime minister,
a certain queen?
Oh, okay. What? Yeah. What
Yeah.
about, I haven't heard like I don't know.
what have
what's
you been
happening.
hearing, Nick?
Oh, no. This is fact.
No, I know.
So, over the past few months, a year, I know it's been a while, but there is at least since COVID started, because of course, here's a little sidebar. COVID was the beginning of the apocalypse. Can we all agree? Are we all in agreement here? COVID was the first.
Okay, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
COVID was pestilence. First horseman has arrived. It was pestilence. It is COVID.
Oh, is this the Bible?
No, but this is my analogy right now. I'm saying right now because isn't it kind of weird since COVID happened? Just everything's just kind of collapsed. Of course, because we've been separated. There's a lot of factors, but everything. It's just the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
And this is just another aspect of that. So in Canada, there's this woman. Canada is home to a lot of indigenous peoples because they moved north or whatever, and that's where a lot of them were stationed. There's this woman who says that she is the...
Well, can you go even further back now and give a history of the Ice Age so we can figure out how people got there?
Yes. So in the ice, there's a lot of people, and there was the ice bridge between Alaska and
Bering
Russia.
Strait.
Was that what that was?
The Bering Strait.
Is that the Bering Strait?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know the names. But yeah.
Okay, now we can fast forward. I just wanted to say
the Bering Strait happened, and now in Canada, present day, so there's this indigenous woman who says that she is the sovereign queen of Canada.
What?
Right? Isn't that right? It's great, right? We have this new ruler, right, of all of Canada, right? And she says, it's great. I'll tell you why it's great, because she said it is her royal decree. No one in her sovereign land of Canada that she is now queen of has to pay any electric or water bills under her royal decree. So many of her subjects said, "Hey, Canada Water, Bell Electric, Bell Entertainment." As the Queen says, this royal decree, I don't got to pay my bill. To which the water companies and Bell Electric and phone line said, no, and they shut off their water and electric.
Yeah, these fucking morons.
This woman, she's had like rallies, and they showed up, and they were gonna like attack a police station. They showed up all around there, and then like she like went out and she left because it was getting too hot, and they was like, no, they were protecting her or something.
Is there any basis on what she's saying?
I don't think so.
I mean, what if there is? You know,
I don't think so.
I'm not saying there is, but who says that? I thought you were talking about the Queen of England. I thought you were talking about
the Queen of Canada. No.
Well, actually,
She's
Queen
dead.
Elizabeth was the Queen of Canada too.
Technically, yeah.
That's what I thought you were. But that's what I'm saying. Like how can this dead bitch
exactly
rule over here? And I know it's like
technically it's
But what if there was something I don't know. Like I guess it's just you got conquered, so that's it.
And no one did anything about it, so you're still just what is it called? They're
on standby?
No, they're fucking.
They're just there.
They're an extension. They're not owned by it, but they're part of the Commonwealth.
It's like a lease.
They're part of the Commonwealth. Like Australia's part of the Commonwealth. So, yeah, they're part of the Commonwealth. That type of thing. Yeah,
exactly.
But no, this woman is probably just like she is of native descent. Like you tell she's probably has some connections to some tribe that was like probably heavily prevalent throughout the area. And she's like, oh well. My people have whatever, and she's like, "Oh, I'm the representative now." There's probably some kind of thing like that. And she's like, "Well, I'm declaring myself now as a representative of these people," and it's just no one's gonna pay attention to you except the other crazy people who who are just like, "Oh, I don't have to pay my water bill."
But if you're just really good at talking to dumb people and you're good at manipulation, of course you can do this. Look at Charles Manson when he fucking did it.
George Carlin has a really good quote. Imagine the dumbest person you know. And now imagine that half of the world is dumber than that.
Shit, if half of the world was half as dumb as you, we're fucked.
Hey, I'm right.
And that's it. Like what you're talking about, the apocalypse, like all that shit happening. Like I don't necessarily think that, but
not literally, but figuratively.
And I might be wrong, but I think it's like,
or maybe literally,
the end of the, like maybe American civilization,
Jesus.
because empires only live, like for like 400 years or something like that. Like they say stuff like that. I know that, Germany got restructured, right? Because they were Nazis in the 1940s.
Exactly.
So, right, that's a restructuring of government. And when all these people left in America basically started, that was a restructure of the UK government because they had to go, okay, we don't own this land anymore, blah, 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 and then the American government, right, we did all this stuff. We bought the Louisiana shit. We were doing all this.
This land, we have a president now, a central figurehead.
I'm listening to a podcast about America. Okay. It's fucking good. I will tell you.
I bet. History podcasts are amazing.
It's so good. It's so good because and I'll tell you what, I'm coming back to this, I swear. Yeah. It's so good because it starts with, it starts with Europe. And it starts with, how there were problems with Europe, and it was really, I think, religion that did
the Protestants and the Catholics.
Exactly that. But even before that, it was the traveling, and they actually go back to Columbus and all that,
and the
shit.
French and the Germans, and
exactly.
Whatever.
And then and I kind of stopped listening, so I guess I'm a fake. But I really want to get back into it, and what they're talking about, where I left off was during the bubonic plague, right? So all that shit happened, all this a pandemic happened, right? And it killed a lot of the population. All this stuff happened, and what people were thinking was, okay, maybe because all of this stuff is happening, we can't work and shit. Maybe our rent will go down. And back then, it was landlords, actual landlords and serfs and all of that stuff.
Right.
But no, what happened? They raised the rent, which is what's happening now too. The rent went higher, and then what was the result of that? Slave revolts or whatever they were called. There were a lot of revolts, uprising and revolts in the communities that caused this shift in government. And I don't know what happened after that because that's where I left off.
Exactly.
But what I'm saying is okay, what if this is going to happen now? Because this is the same shit that happened. The pandemic happened, and now gas going up, all this shit is going up. So when are people going to not let the government, let that do, let them just tell you how much you want to pay and shit. I'm not the person to do anything, but I'm
just asking questions.
I'm just saying, you're like, is this the apocalypse? I'm just saying, it might.
It could be, but it doesn't have to be.
But what needs to happen is a restructuring of our government, because the people who are in charge are getting richer and richer, and they're trading, inside trading and shit like that. They're getting so rich. And
we're Nancy Pelosi.
Exactly.
Yeah. Elon Musk buying Twitter for $44 billion.
But that was a ploy. He didn't do that on, you know what I mean? And she is a Democrat. Isn't isn't she supposed to be fucking for the people?
Look, it's because of this whole fucking contingency of bullshit that we have now, in this state where people just want to make fucking money as quick as they can as possible. And when it comes to that in politics, when it's all involved in that, stop fucking touching me. When it comes involved in politics,
is that why you're looking at him?
Yeah. That's why. God damn it, Nick. Where was I? Yeah, because money just fucks up completely, especially when it comes to politics and you want and corporations and stuff like that.
Corporations.
But when it comes to that whole model already is fucked beyond belief.
That's what I'm saying. We need a restructuring.
But there's always been a need for restructuring because the model hasn't changed that much in the past 50, 40 years. There's always been a need to be a restructuring.
No, it totally changed with Citizens United when companies became people and they got to vote. This all happened because of fucking George W. Bush.
George Harris Walker Bush.
Another great podcast. I'm into podcasts. That's my other
No, of course, right.
So another great one is about the Supreme Court, and it shows you how a lot of these laws that were created change our country because once you create a law about something, now you're talking about when there's not a law. So let's say there's not a law around poker. Right, so now we can do Poker Stars and do all this stuff and party poker, but now there's Black Friday. Okay, so now there's a law about poker. So now it's it's hard for me to explain because I'm stupid. But it's once you
trust me, I know I am.
Once you make a law about something, it I don't know.
It just makes it a lot harder to deal with from that point
it
on.
becomes
Now it's
defined.
established.
It becomes defined and established. Yeah.
They got to work around to go against that. Whereas before there was nothing, and it was easier to put something. Now if you want to go against it, now there's something to go against rather than
before
nothing.
It was personal choice. Like if you were gonna do this, it's your choice, and you knew the ramifications of blah blah blah, you know, or whatever. And now, and you know, and that could be a part of our problem. Oh, fuck, why are we talking about this? You know, it's like the difference between big government and states' rights and shits like that. But you know I don't know.
Well, I mean, these are things that are important to know, you know, because they do affect us. Even like, I don't know, we won't get into this, but if you guys vote or not, it doesn't matter if you do or don't. I don't give a shit.
For Trump, yes.
Oh, Jesus Christ. But like, you know, these are things like, you know, even if we, you know, even if it's just like city laws that pass, those are things you should still be well informed about.
Especially local laws.
Exactly. Yeah. Even if you don't do it on a bigger scale, it's important to do that for where you live and just be aware of
matters.
Like, these ideas and topics that
bounce
around.
But even, and I'm not saying, I think you're more correct. But I'm just gonna say, you know, like even that shit, like Citizens United, that shit fucked up stuff, and that gave power to the wealthiest people, and they like really ran with it, and I'm sure it was stuff before that, like I think Ronald Reagan with Reaganomics. I wasn't around. I don't know about it. Hopefully I will learn about it, even though fucking what did school teach us, you know? But that shit, like, you know, I really do think like things changed, like the salary. Congress votes to give themselves raises all the time. You know, they take vacations. They have recess. They have all this stuff. You know, and like it's the same. Like me. Like how fuck. God damn it.
No, I understand that.
Like getting a job and shit. You know?
Of course. At that point, it's affecting them because they want the best things for them. Like any company, when they want to restructure and they look at things every quarter, why aren't we making more money? The idea is always to make more money every quarter. It's a similar mindset for like, because it wants to benefit them more and everything, you know?
Yeah, okay, and see, this is a problem too, that fucking companies don't realize, and this is like, if you go on like Indeed or anything like that, the jobs, like basically what I'm qualified to do, and I guess I'm not qualified enough to do it at a certain caliber, but this should be like an X amount a year job, right? But these companies are just hiring fucking bozos who are like, you know, maybe button pushers or something like that, who are printing them money, but now they're making all these mistakes on jobs. They're costing money, and now these companies are going, "What's the problem? Why is this? Why is this
a fucking moron?" That's
you know. So
that's the biggest thing anywhere in any fucking corporation company place. When the fucking the hiring process, when they evaluate someone, sometimes they make really fucking stupid decisions. When they fucking
because it's to save money.
Yeah, well,
cut costs and save money.
Yeah,
Jesus fucking Christ.
What we need is an alien invasion.
Oh my god.
You believe in aliens, Raymond?
I don't know. I don't see. That's what I'm saying. I don't have who knows? They might be real.
I believe to disbelieve. You know.
Well, here's the thing.
You believe to disbelieve?
Yeah.
As far as believing,
I believe. My bad. Let me rephrase that. I believe, but I also disbelieve it.
So you don't think aliens?
They could be. Sure. Why not?
That's what I said.
As far as the belief in life that is outside of this planet believes, I think there's like 100% certainty, because there's no way that only on Earth there's life to some degree. There's even if it's just like some type of alien animal that we would define as like an animal. It's like an alien cow that's got like two heads.
Yeah.
That's some kind of
or
life.
like the tardigrades are in space now.
Yeah, or some kind of I'm a little hazy, a little back and forth on the bacteria and shit. But if there's like something, you know, a little bit more than that, like because a tardigrade is like a being that's more than like a microscopic fucking cellular organism. That's, you know, I think 100% there is something at least like that, at least like an alien tardigrade that we've never seen. That 100% has to exist.
Yeah. Who knows?
But little green men, I don't know about that specifically.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Only the lizard people with the tinfoil hats know.
Exactly.
That's what.
But like I was saying earlier, we need an alien invasion. Because like anything, like you look at fucking Mass Effect, you look at a lot of.
You just want to fuck aliens, Nick. Just
no.
That's all you want.
No, Mass Effect is about fucking hot alien poon. But besides that, if you look at a lot of science fiction, like fantasy that takes place shortly after alien contact, like Mass Effect, which is like a couple hundred years after, it's you see like, oh, now we've gone from Earth and being like, oh, now we have different. The Russians going there, and now it's like the United Federation Alliance, United Earth Alliance. Like, oh, now it's the entirety of Earth. And now we're fighting the fucking Turians, or fucking, you know.
Yeah.
We need something to unify us as a, just something like that to unify us, so we're not as like fucking like these North Koreans. We just need to all be kind of on the same page of just like, global enhancement and
which was the thought of the UN, right? But now they're
exactly. But now it's all fucking they keep people out.
It's very political.
Yeah,
it's because it's hard to do that because not everyone's gonna agree with the same ideas as fucking everybody else.
And the only way you're gonna get that is from some giant external force like aliens to come and slap you in the fucking face and be like, hey.
Even then, I don't believe that'll happen because I think people are just too far gone.
Yeah, some people are too. It's
Yeah.
But you gotta hope that people have some sort of enough rational sense to be like, if national league's big, right? If something like that does happen, or some sort of a worldwide terrorist organization arises, it's like, all right, we have NATO, yes, but they all have to be in agreement. Like NATO is whatever, but they all have to like, but seriously though, but for real though, like pinky swear though, guys, we got to be together on this one.
Yeah.
Raymond, you're very well adverse when it comes to music.
No.
No, absolutely not.
He just plays the trombone and the xylophone.
No.
The vibraphone.
I do not.
No, but you have you've had your foot in music before.
Yeah. I used to I went to a little bit of pre-college, community college for that shit.
High school for adults.
Taking like some theory classes, performed a little bit, but
I've done the same thing too.
It's good for you.
Yeah. I never went anywhere else past.
I know we were comparing dicks over here.
I like that though. You say you're not, but you've been through some of the process of it, so you're pretty well versed. You understand how things
You performed in Peter Pan, and you've done.
Yeah, no, I've done. Yeah. That's. I guess this is. Are we trying? You guys trying to diagnose me or something like that? What the fuck?
No, I'm just like talking.
Oh, jeez. No, I'm joking.
Are you?
Yeah, I am. I'm just I'm a big quitter, so I do it and I get good at shit and then I just stop.
That's
like poker.
Sometimes.
So yeah, I've done shit and I don't really play much anymore, but it's just You
still practice much at all, really?
Not at all.
Well,
I might do like a community orchestra again in January if I get asked to, and stuff like that.
You'll practice like before that, or
I'll start practicing again, and
Nice.
Yeah, it's it's something I love, and I love conducting. I used to conduct, and I went to I was telling you earlier. I went to South Carolina. I went to South Carolina to go to a program out there, a conducting program. So
nice.
I went to the University of South Carolina. Go Gamecocks. Go Cox.
Go Cox.
Yeah, I love cock.
We knew that, but
yeah, they're awesome. Yeah.
That's besides the
so
point.
when you go to South Carolina, especially in Columbia, where that's the capital and also where the college is, you just see huge statues of gamecocks, which are just chickens.
Huge statues of cocks.
Yeah.
I love
so
cocks.
and yeah, everybody has a shirt that says "Go Cox," I love cocks, and it's great. It's awesome there.
That's fucking funny.
But yeah, I went there and I was in a junior program, and I conducted a small chamber group, a chamber string quartet, a string quartet. I conducted a string quartet, and I watched people conduct a big chamber ensemble, a full orchestra. I got to see some high-end conductors who conduct in New York and across the world, give speeches and shit like that. And it was a great experience, and yeah, it's something that I was honestly aspiring to conduct orchestras and stuff, but I quit.
Yeah, no, I get it.
It's hard.
I like that.
It's hard, and I don't know. It's you just find your way through life, and now I'm doing this stuff.
Now I'm losing money playing poker. No.
Yeah, exactly. And hopefully one day I get good enough to be a professional poker player. That would be the dream. But right now I just do my day job and I'm trying to get better at that, and then just learn enough to make a good salary and be able to go play poker at a casino and be fine with losing $100 because I have a stable income and shit like that.
Well, that's what we're all just trying to do. We're all just trying to make our way through it. We're doing things that we like to do just to try to figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard, but that's life, and you just figure it out, or you don't.
My dick, hard like my dick, right now.
Would you ever try to publish your campaign?
If I fucking finish it, and I'd have to go through it and rework it probably to fit whatever format
Yeah, because
would
Nick's
need to
not
be
done
there.
with it. He just has a good amount of
Yeah.
it ready.
Yeah, I think you should.
I do have it like written though. Like I was gonna say, I don't know if I said this earlier. I kind of did, but it's like written like a writing thing. It's like I haven't like put like a lot of I've put some dialogue, but it's written as I would like read it. You know?
Yeah.
So it would kind of fit in that sort of format. But, yeah, possibly.
I should have brought. I have the Curse of Strahd, which is a.
I hear about people talk about that one a lot.
They
They're writing
love-
that and
They love it, and yeah, you should just
Bye,
like
Nick.
you should just read one of those books and then kind of format it that way. You know what I mean? And
Nick, bring
Take
your
a look
bass.
at it.
yeah, I totally think that would be if you could get that published. If because don't you like writing and shit? Like
Yeah, he put up one of his stories from like his little short stories up on a thing, and he said a lot of like 600 people looked at it.
Called Royal Road.
Royal Road.
Royal Road.
You said 600 people looked over it, right?
Yeah, last time I checked. Or that short we did yesterday or whatever, it's at like 500 views or whatever.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
We've shown my bass, right?
Uh-huh,
that I never
right.
play.
The bass that I convinced Nick to buy so he can
It's
learn
right
but
here.
never touches it.
I've touched it a little bit when I bought it. It's pretty nice. Oh, I should do it more. I pulled out some of the Dungeons and Dragons. I have official Dungeons and Dragons Greyhawk Adventures.
Oh shit.
Very, very, very interesting.
Let me see.
I've got Advanced Dungeons and Dragons 2nd Edition, The Complete Book of Elves. This is some old ass shit, Book of Elves.
Whoa.
Damn, you got
that
some
looks
real
great.
old shit. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
I got 2nd Edition Arms and Equipment Guide to go with the elves and that type of shit. I should look into this. This would be cool to look into to find some cool shit I could do later.
Fucking nerd. No.
Adventure. Here's an adventure for this is 6 to 8 characters. See, I don't know how people can do that. Like do
Yeah.
like parties like 6 to 8 people. That's just so fucking insane. But
Yeah.
this is Dragons by Corey Glaberson. 3 complete adventures, detailed reference manual. The Dragon Lords. It's interesting. Got the Advanced Dungeons and Dragons Oriental Adventures by Gary Gygax himself. It is. It's,
Oh, wow.
It is. Yeah, it's Japan. It's samurai. It's that kind of like Japanese, probably like Oni type.
That title would not
Shit.
fly now, though.
Yeah, Oriental
Oriental
Adventures.
would not
yeah,
fly.
probably
Yeah, like
not.
the ramen noodles now they're called
Yeah,
soy
exactly.
sauce.
Look at that thing. That's like cool, like fucking like like Oni type shit.
That's crazy. Oh yeah.
I just look at this for like monsters and shit too. I
Yeah,
can fucking
see?
bring it.
Yeah.
Oh,
for sure.
so you have inspirations from all these things?
No, I don't. I should look into them though.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
This is what I was talking to you about earlier. Riffs. It's this is
yeah.
like a post-apocalyptic. Like there's like you can always see like Mad Max influence, like
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
vehicle and this like big orc goblin, whatever the fuck guy, and these hot ladies with guns and shit. Mad Max like type shit, But yeah, I should look into these more.
The Master Family Chart. Dungeon Masters who intend to include lots of family, intrigue,
Caesar can't read.
Sound it out.
What the fuck? Intrigue you?
Intrigue.
Intrigue? Is that
Yeah.
how intrigue?
INTRIGUE.
Yeah, intrigue.
Yeah, intrigue.
Family intrigue in their campaign should create a master family chart.
I got second place in
Birth
every spelling bee
ranks,
I've ever
honor,
been
alliances,
in.
and relationships for all the player characters and NPC families in game.
It's true.
What?
Nothing.
What? That I'm illiterate?
No, don't worry about it.
But yeah, so I don't know. I'm just like
It is about me being
No,
illiterate.
it's fine.
No,
that
no,
was
no.
earlier. You'll see later. You'll see.
No, I don't know.
even the people that I met at this this trivia night
Yeah,
thing,
bitch.
like I told them that you made a campaign and they were like so impressed by that because
It's not finished. It's like I'm 3 missions into it.
I mean that's something though, and
Yeah.
like do you,
It took 2 years and like 2 complete total
Yeah.
do you
from
have
scratch
a
reworks.
like arc plan or
No.
anything like that?
I just
Nick,
3 missions.
Nick,
And I wanted to stop there because I don't want to do too much because I want to do those 3 so I could have enough planned out to have shit backlogged so I have time. So I can have those 2 planned. And now we can do this first one. And then I'll develop character, figure stuff out. Like, okay, this is like this and this, and I can maybe start doing some of that.
Is there a goal when we're gonna? I'm not gonna try to like.
Not really. Just somewhat.
Okay.
A general.
I don't know. Okay, all right.
Overall peacekeeping.
Yeah. I'm just saying you should look. I think you like writing a lot, so fucking write more, asshole.
Yeah, I started writing a thing. I wrote like a chapter, and then I got like another like page, or like half a page, another thing. The second chapter, and I was like, I don't know.
I always
about
tell
this.
Nick to get into it too because he really likes it, but he said it's hard for him to get like a good concise.
Yeah, I don't
idea
get inspirational like ideas anymore. And even if I do, it's like, well, how do I make this a thing?
So you've listened to Harmontown, right?
Yeah.
Do you ever go like look at Dan's shit or like his idea of a story circle? Like, and
No.
that's not even Dan. That's a fuck. that's a writer that he likes, you know, and
These here for decoration.
yeah, and, you know, Dan
The
talks,
Oriental one for sure.
Dan talks about that a lot, about like not having inspiration or just having it all at once, you know, and like that's when you know, obviously have to write, but you know, like, and you know, like when I was playing music, in marching band, one of the directors, they would talk about manufactured inspirato, which basically just means like you are creating a purpose. Like when you're in, like obviously when you're in a marching band show, there's already like a theme and shit like that.
Yeah, because you're playing a rewritten piece.
But what you have to like make it your own, and like, you know, okay, now I'm a character. Now I have to make my own inspiration, and you know, like have to. Yeah. And I know that doesn't necessarily translate to like being able to just think of ideas. And
no, it does. It does. But it's that idea of saying, all right, now I got to think of like a theme, like a general idea, or just even like a general plot line. It's like, how do I do that?
And you know, and you know what? Like Dan says to people who go up on stage and write, he just goes like they're like, oh, I want to be a writer and shit. And he's like, well, the first thing you have to do is just write something, and it's gonna be shitty.
Yeah,
and just write it, and then throw it away, and then just start writing again. You know? So I don't know. I'm not trying to fucking give you advice.
It's just like the first step is like, all right, the thing to write. That's that if I can get past that, I'm good. I'm sorry, I can get in a fucking groove. That's like when I wrote that chapter and a half, like those 5 pages. That was all one sitting.
Yeah.
Because if I'm in the groove, I can just go, and then I'll just worry about editing later. And for the most part, when I'm just doing that, it comes out in a pretty.
What do you write? Like not like is it like do you write in like
It's like not book novel format.
Oh, okay.
Basically.
Like is it like a narrator voice, or like, I don't know I don't know what prose means.
Yeah,
it's like
you haven't read any of Nick's works?
No, he's never showed me anything.
I can send you a link to the thing I have.
Yeah, send it to the chat, the D&D chat.
Yeah, I can do that.
I've only ever read half of the rough draft when you were
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh damn! Oh yeah, it's finished now. You can finish.
Yeah, I can read it, man.
Yeah, I can send you links to that. Yeah.
Yeah. Would you ever think about writing for like a magazine or a journal? Cool. That's sort of like, you know, and I honestly don't know how to get into that shit, but I think you just have to send in shit.
Yeah,
exactly.
My brother, he published works and stuff for like some of the Spanish influences things that he does.
Oh, that's cool.
So I think all you really literally do is just submit
stuff.
Submit
shit, exactly.
Like you could just submit an article to the newspaper here, to be honest, about anything really. Yeah.
Oh, really?
See if they'll put it on.
The fucking Desert Sun, they're going through some stuff.
But that would be
they've been going through it.
Hey, I think it would be cool, and you know,
send stuff to the New Yorker.
Yeah. That would be so fucking cool. That'd be so cool.
We get the first 50 things rejected.
Yes, that'd be awesome.
I got rejected from the New Yorker.
Hey, they saw it, you know. I think I don't know if you're good at it, but like, you should just, you know, do it.
Try it.
I've been thinking about that. I should start writing like at least like short stories, just shorter.
Do it.
Shit.
I think you should listen to fucking Harmontown again.
I probably will.
And listen to the stuff you miss a lot. You will catch so much more stuff the second time, and the stuff when he reads like what was it, the Changes of Sand or whatever, where he was a little kid. He wrote about like being with a girl, like it was what you were talking about, like a desert wasteland, and it was him.
Oh yeah, yeah, his novel that he wrote about himself.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's fucking chick.
Yeah, you know, like, you know, and that was him writing as whatever, a 15-year-old or whatever. Yeah. But you know, it shows like, you know, he just kept doing it and, you know, progressing, and then like if you want to. He has like blogs of his writing, and there's a YouTube about the Story Circle, and like just look into shit like that, because even finding like techniques and methods will like inspire you to like, okay, I should try to implement that, and you know.
Exactly.
And this is what I love about I hope I'm not talking too much.
No, I
love it, dude.
You're a guest, so we want you to talk more.
Yeah, I love it because I like listening.
That's
so
the format.
when we have new people on, really, I don't tend to say much because I like listening, especially if it's an interesting thing they're talking about, or they have a lot of interesting. Like you have a lot of interesting things to talk about. So I'm just really well versed. I'm just listening.
Yeah. Well, like all these things, like, and that's what's one thing I learned about in music is that like everything in the universe will make sense. Like if you like music theory is one of I fucking failed the last music theory, so I don't know what I'm talking about. But music, it shows you that like, and even how composers like talk and shit, or not talk, how they make music. It's like they do shit, and like the way that the chords work out, they become so like muddy, or they're doing this technique. And then at the end, there's the cadence, and it's a different type of cadence each time. But at the end, it all makes sense. Or even when they're making these crazy cluster chords, and you analyze it, and you go, "This makes sense because these things align," and it's like it's so beautiful, and that's what I love about even
if you can study poker well enough, and this is what a lot of people say, is that you start just making sense of things. And sometimes it doesn't even matter how the person acts or stuff. You just know how, and it also goes with like, 10,000 hours, you got to be a master of something, so, but even what I'm doing now, CNC milling, CNC programming, like, which is a little fucking more boring and mechanical, but like, you can make it all make sense and work. Like, I had these problems at my job with like, oh, how do you achieve like this radius, like when you're cutting, like I don't have to know about tool diameters and all this shit. But then you go, oh, okay, the radius is this big, so why don't it's a 50 mil radius. Why don't I just use a 100 mil router bit, and instead of doing a curve, just do a straight line, and the router bit, because it's a circle,
it has a curve in it.
It will create the curve.
Yep.
And now we have way less issues, and it's how these things, math. Everything in the world is math. That's what they tell you about Music Theory too. Everything in the world is math, and it all makes sense eventually. So I don't know. But that's what I'm saying. Like techniques, learning different things. You just like, okay, now I can apply it and do shit like that. So
was your last level of music theory that you took primarily revolved around like the extremities of jazz?
No.
Because that's how mine was and stuff.
Yeah, you can. I failed, so I don't know. They do get into that, and like in like the third class for us, like they get into like crazier like Neapolitan chords, all those type of shit, and then I think in the fourth one it's all they get into like 20th century, all that tone music or whatever, the 12-step thing or whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
And then I guess they would get into jazz and how everything, a lot of what people are doing in jazz are just extensions of these chords or ideas, and stuff like that. But I don't know. I failed. I'm a quitter.
No, you're pretty much right on.
I'm a jack of all trades, master of none, which I like. I really do like that. And I don't know who I heard that from. That last part. Have you ever heard that last part?
Yeah.
Jack of all trades, master of none, but a jack of all trades is better than
Oh, yeah, that's what. No, I haven't.
A jack of all trades is better than a master of one.
Oh yeah.
Which is a cool concept.
Damn it, Nick.
So I don't really pride myself off of being like knowing a lot about a little things, because I feel like it makes me like not amateur. Yeah, like an amateur. But an amateur actually means a lover of this. To be an amateur musician or anything doesn't mean you suck or anything. It means that you have a love for it, and that's why you do it. Even if you are bad, So it does have negative connotations, but it doesn't have to be negative.
No, of course not.
But when people talk about programming with me, because I say like, oh yeah, I'm a CNC programmer, like. And then they go, do you do embedded? And I go, no.
So I have no idea what you're talking about.
Exactly. And that's why I say I'm a glorified graph maker, because it's like, it's not really programming, but it is something to
technically,
that,
yeah.
So, but in my job, like how I'm telling you, like when you're like, oh, do you like connect the circuits? It's like, I don't know, because when they threw me in there, they just were like, okay, this is what you just sit here, and I had to like, once they moved me to the department I'm in now, I had to realize, oh, this is what I am. They didn't give me a job title. They just say, you work. They go, you work here now.
Yeah.
And then I figured out, oh, I'm a CNC programmer. Oh, the stuff that I'm doing, the coding, this is called G code, M code. When I would ask these people, like who were training me, like the lady who left, like gave me 3 days of training, and then left. Then I had to figure out how to code, like, which it's simple coding. Anyone can do it. But like I couldn't even look online because I was like, I don't even know what this is called.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I would just have to look up like G30, and then it would be like a G30 jet plane, So and then I learned, oh, this is called G code, all this shit, So it's a lot of just like how Dan says. I don't know. I'm bringing all that shit up. I built myself out of dirt without permission.
That's a good quote.
And it's like, yeah,
if I can imagine him saying that.
Sometimes you have to really do that in whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Even though like I don't know if I want to do CNC programming forever, but it's something that it's a stable incoming.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck about it. It does not. It interests me because I have to do it, and wouldn't it be awesome if I was amazing at it? And like I wish I just knew it all so that I could not think about it ever and just do it and then do the things that I liked.
Yeah.
But this is the stuff you have to learn. And this is a part of growing up. Is that the title you title your episodes? This is growing up.
Well, I mean,
Well, yeah. What the fuck is gonna be the title of this one?
Do you title your episodes?
Yeah,
do.
yeah. Well, I'm gonna title. No, not this
how
one.
long are we going for?
Fucking well. Let's see what this fucker says. Okay, these people. What do you people say? These people say it's been an hour and a half.
Oh,
So
okay.
about
That's pretty good.
not that long. Oh god.
You guys want to wrap it up? We can always end like how we usually do, Nick, on a music recommendation.
Yeah, I
That's how we
think
do.
I you know what? I think we should.
Yeah, we could go play some dominoes or something.
Oh god.
Get wrecked.
Yeah, probably. I fucking suck at dominoes. But I'm good at eating it. The pieces, I mean.
I actually listened to the new Mars Volta album.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
The Mars Volta is a band I've showed you before, but
That's
they
probably
broke
why.
up about like 12 years ago and didn't do anything. But as of 2019,
What
they're
kind of
American
music is it?
progressive rock.
Oh, okay, cool.
They've
cool.
been around since like the early 90s.
Cool.
And the head singer is like full Mexican. Like a lot of these guys in the band are just Mexican, so they do a lot of American progressive stuff, and some of it has a lot of Spanish words in it and everything.
Okay.
So it's really interesting, and it's nice because they haven't had an album in a very long time. And when I saw this, I was reading the description of the album that they were there were rumors of them coming back and meeting up together in 2019. I would assume maybe before the start of the pandemic, and and then they had just been working on it since then. And yeah, it's out. It's called The Mars Volta, the new album, by The Mars Volta.
Alright.
It's
Cool.
it's very good. I've listened to about half of it so far, and it's very nice because it's very nostalgic for me since I really like a lot of their past works like Amputexture and Octahedron. It's very
Cool.
good stuff if you're into like American progressive rock. Check it out.
Alright then.
Nick?
I'm gonna do a much simpler recommendation. Listen to this band called Squeeze. They're very good.
Squeeze.
Yeah, a couple songs. I just
I've heard a few
you
of
know,
their albums.
Yeah, one of the good songs is "Cool for Cats." Everyone loves "Cool for Cats."
Oh, yeah, of course,
Yeah.
of course.
Up the Junction.
Uh-huh.
That's another good one. Yeah, other ones that I
They
don't
have a
know.
really good album. I don't remember what it's called, but the album cover is like of a mine, and it shows the brain in the inside of it, and it's
Ooh.
like a drawing. I can't remember what the album, but that is a very good album by Squeeze.
I'm bad at bands and things. I just know like a couple songs from groups and bands, and I just make a conglomerate playlist that's 70 hours long.
Well, I mean, it's not a bad thing, but
No,
I like albums if
Yeah, I should get some of your habits and look deeper into artists and shit I like.
Especially the ones that you really like. That's the best thing,
Yeah.
Because then you learn more about them, and it gets like kind of personal. It's nice.
I've been trying to do that recently. Like I download all the fucking Danny Brown shit and I delete some stuff I don't enjoy. I listen to all fucking MF Doom's fucking Doomsday album, the first album.
Oh,
that was
it's so
pretty good.
good.
Doomsday.
Yeah,
So good.
it's really fucking good.
Food is very good as well.
That's probably like the next one, so I haven't listened to that one. I've been meaning to go back and listen to more of them. Listen to that and then fucking
MF Doom is one of my favorite rappers. He's very good.
that and
Rest
fucking,
in peace, legend.
Oh yeah, apparently he died. Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, Nick, he is
I
dead.
don't know, man. I don't follow that shit. But Raymond.
I'm more like kind of like Nick, I would say, like I don't really listen to a lot of albums. And Caesar, when you told me you did that, like, oh yeah, like once a week or whenever, like you listen to a full album, I thought that was like not crazy, but like cool, and like you're really dedicated to that. I think it's really, really cool. But I'm like, if I don't like a song or like I'm very just like whatever, and like
I want to feel the different mood changes, different types of different vibes entirely.
Yeah. So I guess I'll say Spice Girls, Say You'll Be
Ooh.
There. Great song. A Whole Pot of Jelly is a new song I heard. I showed Nick. It's by Pete Wingfield and the Venga Boys. Some
Ooh, give it up for the Venga Boys.
old school party music.
Oh, jeez. So it's Mexican shit. I don't know.
No, they do like They're like from the UK. They do like house
Okay.
party music. We like to party. Oh, the beep 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 beep.
Oh, that's
beep, beep. That's the Venga
Oh,
Boys.
cool.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Throwing it back.
Good for them.
But yeah, I like all types of music and shit like that. But that's just kind of a little bit of what I'm listening to now, I guess.
Man. Alrighty. Well then, fellas. Thanks for checking out this episode of Vibin today.
It's been a pretty good one.
Holy shit, that was fucking filled with a lot of poker and a lot of crazy
A lot of
things
different
in there.
shit. See, I told you. This motherfucker was really, it might be interesting. I
It could be
didn't talk about I
interesting.
knew
Yeah,
it was
right.
going to be perfectly
It's
fine.
fucking
I knew
good.
this is exactly what would happen. I knew this would happen. And it was
Right.
all fine.
Bye, guys.
See you. All right. Did I pause it? Where's respect?